What is up, boys and girls? It is me, Razor Ivy, and today we'll be watching my Fusion Cup in the Tambayan Express. So, this tournament is one of my best tournaments because I finished 6 to 1, and this is against strong players. So, now let me introduce my team. So I have number 1, Charizard with Fire Spin, Dragon Claw, and Blast Burn. Number 2, Swampert with Mudshot, Hydro Cannon, and Sludge Wave. Number 3, Alolan Sandslash with Powder Snow, Ice Punch, Bulldoze. Then number 4, Noctowl with Wing Attack, Sky Attack, and Nightshade. Number 5 is Shiftry with Snarl, Leaf Blade, and Foul Play. And lastly, Polio Mudshot, and Dynamic Punch. So first off, we are against Gene. He is a friend of mine. He runs Poliwrath, Noctowl, Empoleon, Shiftry, Alolan Sandslash, and Whiscash. So I immediately thought I need to check the Shiftry and the Noctowl, so I am leading with the Alolan Sandslash, backed up by the safe switch, which is Poliwrath. So Poliwrath is very safe against his team with just the correct energy advantage. We will win most matchups. So this is bad. He leads Whiscash. I am very checked right there. And now this is a funny match because we are friends, and before the tournament we talked about which moveset will do good, and he is running the Spicy, Bubble, Power Up Punch, and Ice Punch. So as we all know from the Sinister Cup, Dynamic Punch, Mudshot will win the mirror. So let's see what happens. I will go for the Dynamic Punch right here. So we hit the Excellent, and we will just tank the bubbles and the power up punches because they will do decent when powered up, but he beats us to the CMP right here, so we will take a decent chunk of HP and we will go for the dynamic punch. So I am expecting a flyer to come out, but I don't think that a Noctowl will be used in this line of 3. So here we see the triple water. So Empoleon, Poliwrath, and Whiscash. So as you can see, Poliwrath will do good, but against triple water, of course, we will be at a disadvantage, and given the fact that we are running the Alolan Sandslash, this is pretty crucial because we need to make the right decision. So we have our Mudshots fainting the Empoleon. That's what we need because we need the energy advantage against the Pokemon left. So Whiscash with a full HP. So I am nervous because I have an Alolan Sandslash in the back, which will be losing to the Whiscash. So as you can see, I will swap out, and he swaps out to his Poliwrath. I will go for the Ice Punch, but he beats us to the CMP again. So I will shield that one because we need this Poliwrath to survive so that we can knock out the Whiscash, and this is a crucial part of the game. So as you can see, he has energy. So this is a wrong switch on our end because I know that we have one Mudshot on our Swampert. We should have went for the Alolan Sandslash so that we can sacrifice it. So this is a crucial part of the game, and this is a lag. So we are lagging. So we will take this Mud Bomb right there, and I thought I am winning. I really thought that I will win this, but I was wrong. So right now we will take the lose. So on to the next match. I still want to go for the Alolan Sandslash as my safe safe lead because I want to check the shifty and the knockdown. So being the hard-headed little boy that I am, I will still lead with an alone sand slash against a previous triple water attempt of Jean. So now we have a good lead and he swaps to a shift tree. This is still advantageous for us because we all know that a lowland sand slash can beat shifty. So he takes a decent chunk of damage. Now we will not shield this one whether it be leaf blade or foul play. So it is a leaf blade. We will just farm. And I am waiting for a Whiskash. I thought that he just swapped the wrong Pokemon, but no, he goes for the knockout. So I am wondering what is his last Pokemon. So right here we will just spam the ice punches, and there it is, the ice punches. So I was thinking maybe he was banking energy for double sky attacks, but I didn't pay much attention, so I will shield this one, and I want to go for another ice punch to KO, and there it is. It will probably it will KO the knockout. So the last Pokemon will be Empoleon. So I think that if he went for the Empoleon switch earlier, it will be better. But we still have our Poliwrath in the back, so it doesn't matter. We win the lead, we will win the game. And I just want to chip this Empoleon down. That's why I went for the Swampert because I want to preserve my Holy Wrath against this Empoleon because we are at an advantage. We will just abuse it, of course. Now we will resist these Hydro Cannons and Waterfall. So right here we will tank. A Hydro Cannon is not very effective against us, so this is going good and we can feint with mud shots. So lastly, I thought that he has triple water. I think that he will use it again or maybe just lead with the water. So I am leading with a Shifty right now, backed up with the safe switch again, which is the Poliwrath, and the last Pokemon will be the Alolan Sandslash, so that we can battle against Shiftry and Noctowl. So we are at a lead advantage right here because we all know that Shifty can beat Whiscash, and I am wondering why isn't he switching out. So I thought that he wants to give me a blizzard, so I will not take the risk. I will shield this one. I will shield this one definitely because we can win because we will get to 3 leaf blades and he will get to 1 blizzard only in the mud bomb. So right here we will go for the leaf blades against the Shifty. I don't want to reveal my Alolan Sandslash yet, so we will go for the leaf blade battle. So we are in a sword fight. We are in a sword fight right here. So he cheated. He used a hurricane. So why? Why a hurricane? So I thought that, oh my goodness, this is not going good. So he will swap to the Poliwrath because I swapped him to my Alolan Sandslash, and we all know that our Mudshot Dynamic Punch Poliwrath will win the mirror because he is running the Bubble Power Up Punch variant. So Power Up Punch won't do much damage, and we are going for the Dynamic Punch again. So what's up, guys? How was your Fusion Cup? So how was your rated cups? So I will talk about rated cups and unranked gameplays later, so just stay tuned. So right now we can knock out with just Ice Punch, and he will give us another power up punch right here. So let's see what happens. Power up punch right there. So we will go for the ice punch, and we have bank energy for the next Pokemon. So he will block it, but we still have another ice punch because we banked enough energy for another one. So the last Pokemon will be the Shifty. So we will go for the ice punch so that we can knock him out. So it will be super effective, and GG's. So next up, we are up against SkyPatrick, and he has Empoleon, Whiskash, Bronzong, Noctowl, Shiftry, and Alolan Ninetales. So I am leading with a Shiftry because I thought that Empoleon, Whiskash, or Bronzong will be the lead because they are used most of the time as leads. And in the back we have Noctowl and Charizard, which is a good flyer combo, and we will see why. Let's just hope that we will get to a good lead. So we will lead with the Shifty. So we are against a Bronzong, and this is favorable for us because we can snarl it down and reach to a foul play, and he is banking energy. So right now, if you don't have a counter against Noctowl, it is better for you to go for foul plays instead of uh, going for the switch against the mirror, and you will have at energy disadvantage. So we will get one shield. Now we are up against a Noctowl with an energy advantage, but his HP is low because Shifty just hits hard even with foul play because it is neutral against the Noctowl. So now we are going for the QSA. So he will use the Sky Attack first. We will shield this one because we will be very low if we let it hit us. So now we have our Sky Attack ready. So we hit the excellent, that's nice. We will be able to feint the Noctowl. So what will be the next Pokemon? Let's see. It will be the Bronzong. We can fight the Bronzong because we have Nightshade. So now the better moveset with Noctowl will be Nightshade because the steals are real, and they are investing the Fusion Cup because it is a necessity to have a steel type. So now we have our Charizard out because I was expecting uh, some water to be the last Pokemon. So we will go for the Blast Burn against the Whiskash. So the only way he will knock us out is with Blizzard, but since we are low, we will just go for the Blast Burns, and I was really debating whether or not I am having a misplay right here. So right now we will go for the Shifty, and I was thinking, is this a bait? I will shield this one. Hopefully it's not a bait, and it is not a bait. So good prediction, I guess. So we will go for the Leaf Blade, which will be shielded, of course. And now we will go for the race, and then bam! We will go for another Leaf Blade. I think he has Blizzard right there, but I don't know. We still launched the Leaf Blade, so on to the next game. I thought that he will lead with a Shiftry or an Alolan Ninetales, so I'm trying my best to go for the Charizard lead. So let's see what happens on the next match. So we will still go with the same line of 3 because it did well against his lineup. So let's see what happens. I will lead with the Charizard, and he will lead with the Noctowl. This is not good for us because we are squishy and he is thick. He is thick like a milkshake. He looks like a mocha milkshake, and we look like we look like nothing near a mocha milkshake. So we are in the red now because we took a sky attack, and we will go for the blast burn and he shields it. Now we will go for the mirror, but he switches to the Empoleon, and right now we are just outplayed. So we switched on the same moment, but I will go for a losing swap because the steals are real. So right now we are up against an Empoleon, and we will not take the Hydro Cannon because I don't know why I shielded that. It was better for me to just give it up, but I thought that I can knock this Empoleon down. So right now we will still shield it. So we want this. We want the energy. So I remember now. We want the energy. So against a Noctowl with a shield. So right now we will do our best to get to another sky attack first, but I think he will just run us down. So I went for the sack switch right there because I want to bait the sky attack, and we will still have our Noctowl, but we are out of switches. I wanted to go for the shift 3, but it is impossible, right? Because we can get to another switch because we just switched. So Zach's switch will be good, but he has shift key, and now we will go for a mirror, but he has a shield, and this is a losing matchup for us. So another sword fight. Hopefully we don't encounter another hurricane because that was shocking, and that caught me off guard. I almost tilted. So right now we will just finish the leaf blade. So I was thinking maybe I should change strats. I don't know. So here, the leaf blade, I want to stay as calm as possible. So that's why that's one of the reasons I wanted to play unranked because of the pressure. I don't like the pressure if knowing that your rank will go down if you just misplay one bit. So I just wanted to enjoy. So on to the next match first. I will talk about the unranked gameplays later. So right now I thought that Poliwrath is a safe lead because he will go for a Whiscash or an Empoleon, but right now I am feeling like a forecaster. I just went for the Polgat because I knew that it will be Empoleon, so I figured out that I don't have a Noctowl counter. That's why I went for the Alolan Sandslash this game. So right now we will just resist whatever it is that is coming. We won't take as much damage. So we will go for the ice punches. We want to form this Noctowl down. I think that I will go for the greedier play to just form this Noctowl down. So I will go for the ice punch because that's enough. It will be super greedy if he will be able to launch another sky attack. So right now we will face probably an Empoleon because it will do good against us. So right now that's the Empoleon. We won't get to the Bulldoze, so we will just launch this Ice Punch. So now we will go. I wanted to go for the switch because I knew that he has no Noctowl left, but we will go for the safer play. We will just sacrifice the Alolan Sandslash. So right now I will bait the Empoleon, and now we can one hit this shift 3 because dynamic punch hits hard. That's a punch, that's a dynamic punch. So I will sack switch to the Noctowl just to absorb the Leaf Blade, so that's good timing on our end. So right now we won't shield this one because we want to invest our shields on the Poliwrath, but we will go for the Sky Attack right now. So let's see what happens next. Of course, it will faint the Shift Tree. So we are up against the Empoleon and we have two shields. We will invest the shields on our Poliwrath. So right now we will just farm for the Dynamic Punch, and then we will shield this one because if it is a Flash Cannon it will bring us slow, but it is a Hydro Cannon. Nonetheless, we need to shield that one because, you know, we need to win. So that is it. GG's SkyPatrick. Next up, we are against a Solis. He runs Noctowl, Empoleon, Poliwrath, Bronzong, Shiftry, and the Charizard. So I was thinking that he will lead with Empoleon, Poliwrath, or the Bronzong. So let's see what happens. I really thought that one of those three will be the lead just because I think I'm predicting it right. So I need to back up my Shiftry with the Swampert to counter the Charizard and Noctowl to counter Shiftry and the Poliwrath. So let's see what happens. I will lead with the Shiftry. What will he lead with? So it's already nighttime in the Pokemon Go because we started at around 4 p.m. So right now we will go with the same place. We will go for the foul place because we need to damage the Noctowl, and we will go for the mirror because we don't have the counter against the Noctowl. So let's see what happens. So he will go for the first Sky Attack. I will try to go charge my O. So I know I wanted to go for the PSA right here, and we successfully did. So right now we will take the Sky Attack right here. We will go for our own Sky Attack because it's a mirror. So we are both thick milkshakes, so we will shield that one. I think we can get to another Sky Attack and that will be successful. We are a thick milkshake, mocha milkshake. So right now he will block it and I am doomed because I don't have a decent Noctowl counter and he knows. So right now we will shield this Sky Attack. I want to go straight Hydro Cannon. I don't want to be greedy. I don't want to bank energy. We will go straight for the Hydro Cannon. Let's just hope we can match the last Pokemon on this pack. So let's see what happens. Swampert against the Empoleon. This is bad because number 1, we don't have Earthquake. Number 2, we don't have Earthquake. This is bad because we don't have Earthquake. So we will go for the Hydro Cannon right here. We will go for the Snarls, but you know he is running the Bronzong. So I'll play right here. Plus be aware of Bronzong, guys. Just like Shiftry with Hurricane, Bronzong has a Flash Cannon, but right now he won't be able to reach the Flash Cannon. We will go for the Hydro Cannon. We will go for the Leaf Blade. So I don't know if he is running the Flash Cannon, but just be aware. So game number 2. We will lead with the Swampert backed up by Shiftry and Noctowl because I thought that he will go for the Charizard. So this is bad prediction by me. This is wrong because I don't think that he will beat the Charizard, and Swampert is not a good lead against his team. I basically put a bet on the Charizard, but just for me, I this is not a good prediction. So we will go for the Swampert right here, and we will go for the Charizard, but you know, it happens. We just got lucky right there, so we will go for the Hydro Cannon as just as the Shift 3 play. We will go for the Hydro Cannon first because we want to damage the Noctowl. So right now we still don't have an Alolan Sand Slash to counter the Noctowl. So as you can see, the double flyer with Charizard and Noctowl is good because if they don't have a decent counter to both of you, you will be in a not so good position because those two combo really well with each other. So right now, I was still thinking, how did I win the lead? Maybe I just got lucky and gut feel. Sometimes you gotta trust your gut feel, and in PvP don't doubt. So I just went for the no doubts. But you know, we we didn't have a Noctowl counter, so we are in a not so good position right now because Charizard just spawned to shift 3, but he decided to go for a Dragon Claw right here. We will go for the foul play, and he still has a shield. So there it is, the foul play, which will be shielded, and he will farm us down. See what happens. Will we go for the Swampert? Yes, we will go for the Swampert. Let's see what happens. So we don't have shields left. So we will go for the last burn right there. We will go for the Hydro Cannon, but we will bank one mud shot just because we need to damage the next Pokemon he will bring. So that will be Empoleon. He has Hydro Cannon ready. So we will go for our little thick milkshake, and I really prayed for this moment. I wanted to go for the kill, but we went for the accident, and no, it's not sufficient. So we will go for the change of plans. So double water with Alolan Sand Slash because I thought that he will still run the Noctowl. So I wanted to get the lead right here. So Poliwrath is a decent lead because it will check many Pokemon in his team. So right here, we can win this match. But he will go for the swap, and now I cannot swap. I don't know why, but it was just sticky and I cannot swap. So right now, we will go for the Ice Punch against the Noctowl. We learned our lesson. We went for the Alolan Sand Slash. So right now, he will go for another Sky Attack, and we are banking energy. So we will just go for the Ice Punch right now. So Ice Punch against the Noctowl will be very effective. It will do a chunk of damage. He is not so thick anymore. Right? Kumbaga sinisip-sip na yung milkshake. So right now, we will go for the Ice Punch. So we will go for the shield right here because we want to get enough energy for the next attack. So right here, we want to conserve our lead, but we will go for the Ice Punch right now because we might get to another Sky Attack, which will make us burn a shield or lose the switch out advantage. So right now, we will get wrecked by the Charizard. So right now, we are in a good position because we have our Swampert, and now we will take whatever it is that is coming. I thought that it is a Blast Burn, but it is a dragon claw. So right now we will go for the farm, but we will go for the hydro cannon immediately. So excellent right there. And he gave up the Charizard, and the last Pokemon is Empoleon, which will be good for us because we have our Poliwrath in the back. So we will immediately switch out, of course. And now we will go for the dynamic punch. We won't bait this one because we have tons of energy in our Poliwrath and we have a shield, so the better play would be just straight dynamic punches. So we will shield this one because if it is a flash cannon it will hurt, but it is a hydro cannon, it is good, all good, and the dynamic punches there. GG's Ace. So, on to the next battle. You know who this is. Battle Hero PvP in the house. So, you all know Battle Hero is a good player. He's a good player and he is running Napoleon, Heracross, Probopass, Noctowl, Bronzong, Shiftly. So, this 3 matches is one of the best in my Pokemon Go PvP career. Just watch. I will lead with the Charizard because he has Heracross, Bronzong, and Shiftly. I just predicted it because they are good beats, and I tried to run the Heracross once and I did good, but it needs a shield, so I predicted it will be Heracross lead. So right now we are against the thick milkshake again. The thick mocha milkshake. We will take the sky attack and we will go for the blaster right here. We want to swap to the Swampert because we can out spam the owl, the mocha milkshake. So right now we will go for the hydro cannons. So we will take it. We are up a shield, that is good. So he is going for the sky attack. I want to keep my Swampert healthy because he can take down Heracross. So right now we will go for the hydro cannon, but we will bank energy so that we can throw another hydro cannon at the next Pokemon. So will he shield? He will shield that one, but he beats us to the CMP. We will not take this one because we really want this Swampert to be healthy. So right now we will go for another hydro cannon. So right there, we will farm this Heracross down to the hydro cannon. So we still have Pokemon in the back, so we can go for the Charizard, and he goes for the Empoleon swap. Nice swap because it will be crucial because Heracross has energy. So right now we want to bank as much energy as we could because we need to win against that Heracross. It has energy, take note of that. So right now we will go for the dynamic one because we don't want to take more charge attacks from this Empoleon. So right now we will go for the Ice Punch and we will launch the Ice Punch. So that is game number 1. So game number 2, what was I thinking? So we are going for the Poliwrath, which will be a safe lead if we don't get rolled by Noctowl and Bronzong. So right now we will go with Noctowl and a Alolan Sandslash in the back. So I am placing a bet because Alolan Sandslash versus Heracross is a nightmare. It is a nightmare. So right now we're still in another nightmare because we cannot take down this Noctowl. We will go for the mirror. What will he launch? We will go for the Empoleon, which is a good soft counter, which actually I don't know if it is a soft counter or a hard counter, but all I know is that SkyPatrick will be resisted and this Emporion will just sip on our own mocha milkshake. Mocha milkshake. So right now we will go for the sky attack. It will be excellent and we won't shield that one. So he will farm us down. So we need to let our Kuya soak the damage from his charge attack. So right now he will go for the hydro cannon. It will not be very effective against us. So we have energy. We have energy. What are we going to do with it? Let's see. Ice punch against the knockdown. It is a blind ice punch. So right now we will go for the swap. We will go for the swap to the Alolan Sand Slash and he will launch an attack. So the attack will be a sky attack. But see, this is a nightmare. This is a nightmare. We are going to get punched by a bug. Imagine being an ice porcupine just to be punched by a bug. But right now we are helpless because counter will do decent damage against Polar. That decent damage will be the cause of our KO. So I was just buying time. I wanted to reconstruct my plans because we need to win this best of three. So right now I am just buying time. I don't want to overthink. I'm just trying to stay calm as possible. And I really thought that he loves that Heracross so much. So the next lineup will be having a knockdown. So right now I was thinking maybe he will lead with a Bronzong. I don't know. I want this match to be on 100% speed lang because this is the best. This is the best match of my life. Look at this. So we will lead with a Swampert. He will lead with a knockdown. So we can win this if we have QSA properly. And right now we will go for the QSA, but we need to launch an attack before hitting the 100 energy mark because it will be a losing matchup. Take note of that, guys. So we will go for the Hydro Cannon right here, and we should have gone for the back-to-back because he snuck in an attack right there. So Hydro Cannon, we will wait for it to hit or not to hit. So he will shield that one. I will go for this Hydro Cannon. I was planning to take this one, but no, I don't want to risk it. I want to damage this knockdown as much as possible, and I was very nervous this time because I didn't expect him to have 2 sky attacks. So right now we will invest 2 shields and this is not going so good. So right now we will go for this mistake. We will go for this mistake. We should have gone for the great, not the nice. Because Heracross, even though he loses the knockdown, once he reaches a close combat, it will be not very good for us. So mistake number 1, we went for the nice instead of the great. So the better play would be great because it will knock down the Heracross before it will launch a close combat. So right now we are in the red, we are in danger. So we will go for this sky attack and we missed a bubble. That is unfortunate for us. So great. Only great, but he will shield it, so not a problem. But look at this. He will farm us down, and I am very, very scared. So I thought that, oh my goodness, I lost. I lost this match because I cannot swap in the Polyrath. SkyPatrick will kill me. So right now we will go for the Swampert, and I thought that I need to survive, but I thought to myself, I am fainting because I won't take this one. But look at that. Look at that. Rank 2 Swampert, so PvP matter, but we will be waterfall down. Waterfell, is that the thing? So waterfell. So okay, we need to bank enough energy to have two dynamic punches because dynamic punch will paint the Empoleon down. Plus, take note that in the Poliwrath and Noctowl matchup, dynamic punch is better if you are going in the end game. So look at this. I will go for the dynamic punch against the Empoleon, but look, I create another mistake. So look at this one. Dynamic punch, and I launch an ice punch against the Noctowl, and I wanted this to KO the Noctowl, but I was really hoping for it to KO, but look at this. He still has HP, and I said, this is GG's. But look at that. Who will win? I will win! And then this is crazy, guys. I won with Mudshot. So GG's. GG's Battle Hero. Next up, we have Bao Mao. So he is a top player in the Philippines, and I haven't won a single match against him. So I am 0-4 against him. So he runs a Lowland Sandslash, Whiscash, Venusaur, a Lowland Muck, Noctowl, and Wigglytuff. So my initial reaction was, what do I do? He runs a Lowland Muck and Wigglytuff, which are for me spice picks because they are unusual. So I want to go with the Swampert lead backed up by the Noctowl and a Lowland Sandslash because I want to corner the Venusaur, which I think he is going to run. But now we have Swampert versus Noctowl, so that is the better play. Just go for the Hydro Cannon and don't let the Noctowl PSA because you will lose against the two shield scenario. I just learned that after our match, our best of 3. So now we will take a Sky Attack. We will try to go for the Hydro Cannon, but we will go for the second Sky Attack, unfortunately. So now we will go for the last Hydro Cannon, I guess, if he does not shield. So he shields it, and we will go for the last Hydro Cannon. This is the last Hydro Cannon. So right there, I'm very nervous because I don't know how to counter this team. So I should have switched to the Alolan Sandslash immediately after seeing the Noctowl because I think he will run the Whiscash. So we will get cornered there, and that is not good. So right here we have the Whiscash out. So we will go for the Ice Punch just to buy time, and then we will swap out to our Noctowl to try to get as much damage as possible. And I thought this was a Mud Bomb. But it is a Blizzard. I thought that we will only be in the yellow, but we are wrong. So if you will take a Blizzard from Whiscash, you will be in the red. So take note of that. I didn't know that matchup, so I just took the Blizzard thinking that I will have sufficient HP for the next Pokemon, but I am wrong. So right now we will go for the last Sky Attack. We will try to switch, but we will meet the Whiscash, and he will go for the Mud Bomb, which will be able to knock us out because we are very low. So right now we are in a losing matchup. Of course, we cannot take down this Whiscash even though it's in the yellow that became red. He will go for the Mud Bomb which will knock us out. So, going to the next battle, I will go with the same team because I have a tendency of not switching anything with my line of three because I am pretty confident in that line of three, and most of the time your opponents will change the lead or maybe change their line of three, so we will go with the same line of three. So we have our Swampert versus Alolan Mach. We can win this if we have the Earthquake, but we don't have Earthquake, so we will just charge up to a fake Earthquake. So he will go for the Dark Pulse. Now we will go for a Hydro Cannon, and he switched out. That was a nice switch. But right here we will go for the swap to our Alolan Sandslash, which is the better play because you know we can wall this Noctowl down. So take note of the Noctowl and Sandslash matchup because if you get super greedy, you might lose this matchup. So he will just take the Ice Punch, and he should have gone for more energy, I think. But nonetheless, he is going for the Whiscash, which we will lose this match. So Ice Punch won't connect because I don't know why it didn't push. So we will go for our Swampert right here. So take note that if you are both fresh, um, Mud Boy, Swampert will win this definitely, but we are in KO range of the Mud Bomb, so we need to shield this one. So this is not so good for us because we might be able to win this. So right now, I thought that this is a Blizzard, but it is a Mud Bomb. So not nice predictions, guys. So okay, we will go for the Sky Attack here, and let's see if he shields. He does not shield, so we will have a Dark Pulse on our Noctowl. So Dark Pulse is ready, and we will go for a Sky Attack, but we will get another Dark Pulse. So here we go. We will go for the Sky Attack, which will be successful. And I was surprised that he did not shield that one. I don't know why. So he thought that he will KO with only mud shots, but no. He said that he was wrong, and I still have one Pokemon left. So on to the last match. On to the last game versus Bao 14 now. So as I have said earlier, I am very hard-headed and I still force my line of three. So I was pretty dumb because he's a top player in the Philippines and he knows how to adapt, and I was feeling pretty confident with my team, but let's just see how he outplayed me in this third round. So we are going with the same lead as to game 1. So right now he snuck in one wing attack, if you noticed. So right here he is doing his magic, he is doing his USA. So we will go for the Hydro Cannon, and as you can see, I think he snuck in another ring attack because when it zoomed to our Swampert, he snuck in one animation. So that is the third USA. So here I thought that we can race to the Hydro Cannon, but no, it's a CMP Kai, and we will take this Sky Attack. So he is at a super advantage right now because he still has one shield and I only have an energy advantage with an Alolan Sand Slash. But Alolan Sand Slash will get wrecked by this Whiscash. So we will swap to our Noctowl and just see what happens next. So right here, we will take a full Blizzard and we will go for an Alolan Sand Slash. Once I saw that Alolan Sand Slash, I thought to myself, this is GG. So yeah, this is GG's. We will just take the L and we will learn from our mistakes to try to adapt because your opponent will read your strategy and most of the time you need to adjust really. So right here we have a mirror Alolan Sand Slash, but he is winning because he still has a shield. We don't. So right here this is GG's. GG's Bama. So next up, I am against Bryan Christine. He is a friend of mine and this is his weighted cup. So he was saying, baka naman. So I told him na paghirapan niya yung rank niya. So he will fight for his rank. It's like that because I don't want to be lenient so that he just ranks up. So right here we have our a Shift 3, Frostlass, Altaria, Swampert, Probopass, and Whiscash as our opponent. So the safest lead would be the Poliwrath because he can win against almost everyone except for the Frostlass. So right now we will be backing him up with a Alolan Sandslash and Swampert because the double water would be very good against his team. So right here, we have a Shift 3 as our opponent. So right now, all I want to do is QSA, but he launches the Leaf Blade so fast, I haven't gotten to the QSA. So right here, we will go for the QSA now. So we snuck in one attack, and we won't shield this one because we know that we won't be KO'd by a Leaf Blade because Snarls are resisted. So it is an excellent. Now Ice Punch is launched. We will go for the Dynamic Punch hoping for no shields. But I was surprised that he didn't shield it. So I told him at the end of our best of 3, I told him that it is better to keep the lead because if your opponent has a hard counter against you, he will most of the time win a match. So right here, as we can see, we can outspam our opponent with just Hydro Cannons. So he will go for the Avalanche, but the better play would be Shadow Ball because it does more damage. So we will go for the Hydro Cannon again. Hydro Cannon against the Frostlass. So he won't shield that one and he has an Altaria in the back. So we will go for the Hydro Cannon but we are not successful in doing so. But nonetheless, we still have our Alolan Sandslash which walls the Altaria. So right here we will go against the Altaria because we are what's left. So Ice Punch to the Altaria, which will be double weak to our Ice Punch. So it's super effective and that is game number 1. Game number 2, I will go with the same lead because I thought that if Poliwrath can take out that Shifty, the only problem would be the Frostlass. So I will still back him up with the Alolan Sandslash as my hard counter against the Altaria and the Swampert as another generalist because it just does well against his team. So right here, we will go for game number 2. So game number 2, he leads with the Swampert and I win this obviously because the Hydro Cannons will be resisted. So right here, I did not get to a QSA. So I was pretty scared because he might go for a big attack, but we will not shield this Hydro Cannon, so that's a nice prediction on our end. Since it did not shield, we will go for the Ice Punches only. So he shields that one, and now we want to shield, and then it is still a Hydro Cannon, and the balls on this guy, guys. Because if I were to be asked, I will go for the big attack. But right here we got to a CMP tie, so I did not swipe any of the beads because I want to farm energy. So we snuck in one mud shot, but Alteria comes out and we will go for the ice punches. It will be double weak to our ice punch. So as you can see, we put him low. So now he will go for the sky attack. We will take it, and we have a hard counter in the back. So let's see what happens. What will he go for? I will just form the Alteria down. So this is a blind attack. So guys, please don't do that. That is a misplay because it is better to see your opponent's Pokemon first before launching an attack, because that was not a good calculation by me, because Ice Punch is only for Altaria and he has Turbo Pass, Frostlass, so the Pogos would be the better play. So right here, I asked him, kinakabahan ka na ba? Are you nervous? Because I really thought that I will lose this because he farmed Powder's Nose, but let's see what happens. Hydro Cannon. We still got to the Hydro Cannon first, so I feel bad because I somehow did a trash talk against him, but we are friends, so it's fine. We're all good. So right now I'm trying to go for the Charizard beat just because I want to go for the Charizard and maybe be lenient against him, because I want him not to feel bad again on his rank. So right now we'll switch to the Poliwrath because the Charizard is obviously a losing matchup because Hydro Cannon will do its job against our Charizard and it will just faint us. So right now he goes for the Sludge Wave. I should have shielded that, but we will go for the Ice Punch again. Let's see if he shields. So he does not shield. So now we are left with the Poliwrath with the Mudshot and Ice Punch against Altaria. Let's see if he shields this one. So Ice Punch. So as you notice, the better play for him would be just to keep the Swampert because he does not have an answer to the Charizard. So right now we have the Whiscash, so I will go do my best for a QSA. Now I thought this is a Blizzard and I was shocked because that is only a Mud Bomb. Maybe I wasn't counting, but I was pretty sure this is another Blizzard. But it is another Mud Bomb. So I told him, I somehow yelled, bakit mud bomb ulit? I asked him, why double mud bomb? So I got owned pretty well, but right here, we have two blast burns and he was caught off guard again because he didn't calculate it well. So right now we will get KO'd by the Blizzard and we have an Ice Punch ready for the Whiscash, which will faint him down. And then his last Pokemon is an Altaria, which we will win because we can wall this Altaria down. So he goes for the Dazzling Gleam. I will go for the Ice Punch to go for the exclamation point on this best of 3. So GG's Bryan Christine. On to the final battle, we have Neopats. He has a YouTube channel, be sure to check him out. His YouTube channel is Neopats PvP. I'll link his channel down below. So he runs Poliwrath, Alolan Sandslash, Shift 3, Whiscash, Noctowl, and Turbo Pass. So I thought that it is a similar team to Bryan, so I will just go with the same flow. So right here, if you are trying to run double water, it would be advisable to run a Poliwrath because he can be backed up by Empoleon, Whiscash, or Swampert. And I guess he is the best sidekick for a water type. So right here we have the Shift 3 matchup again. So we will just QSA, but he will go for the Leaf Blade first. I will try to QSA. So right here we have the Ice Punch ready, and I thought that maybe the QSA failed because it launched early. So right now we will take this Leaf Blade now. We will go for the Dynamic Punch, but that's a nice switch on his end because I was not expecting that. So right now we will go for the Alolan Sand Slash. A better play could have been just bank the energy and just switch to the Alolan Sand Slash, but that was a nice switch on his end. So right now I'm trying to be greedy, and then he launches another Sky Attack, which was bad for us because we should have gone for the Ice Punch earlier. That's a greedy play. So right now we will just farm him down to just abuse the misplay. So right now a blind attack again. So that's not good. So I need to learn that the blind attacks are not good. So now we will go for our Swampert. We will resist anything that Probopass has to offer. Spark, Rock Throw, Rock Slide, Magnet Bomb, or Thunderbolt. So now we have a fully loaded Swampert. So he will be caught off guard by the Sludge Wave. And we still have a shield. So right now we will shield this one. We don't want to take damage, and we will go for the Hydro Cannon so that we can end. So Hydro Cannon right here. I thought that it won't KO, so I just banked more energies, but we can KO. So round number 2. If it is not broken, don't fix it. I heard that from fellow YouTuber. I don't remember his name, but I will still go for the same lead with the same Pokemon. So right now, we will go for the Poliwrath lead again, and we are up against a Whiscash, and we can win this matchup with straight dynamic punches. We will go for the QSA, but he will go for the Mud Bomb first. So right now, we will try to go for the QSA right here, and he swaps again. He swaps so good, and I was really caught off guard, but we still have our Alolan Sand Slash. So the swap was the Whiscash. So what I wanted to do here was bring the Alolan Sand Slash low, but we launched an early Ice Punch. The better play could have been just farm the Noctowl because Whiscash will farm us down, and it will be a nightmare because a Whiscash with energy will just make its way through you. But we have a Poliwrath, thankfully. That's nice. So we will just wait for him to finish banking his energy, but we will still launch an Ice Punch right here. That is very fortunate for us. And now we have another Ice Punch ready for the Whiscash, and that is good because he will burn a shield. So nice swap on our end. Switching to the Ice Punch, so he will go for the Mud Bomb. And now we will resist the Snarl, so we have a Dynamic Punch ready. Let's see what happens, and he will take it. So he told me that it was lagging on that moment, but he didn't contest it early, so he asked for the organizer's decision, and that is it. And I think that's not a reason not to shield just because you lag. And if you lag, guys, please tell your opponent immediately. So lesson learned. So we will take game number 2. So game number 3, I really don't think there is a better line and a better lead against his team. Just like Ryan's team, we can go for the poly wrap lead with minimum consequences. So now we will go for the mirror, and I don't know what happens because it all goes down to whoever has a better second and third Pokemon. But now we have a QSA. So we snuck in one attack. I thought that we didn't go for QSA because it zoomed out for a second. So right now we will go for another QSA. Let's see. There is it. There it is. So another QSA, we will get to a dynamic punch first, and that is good. So right now we will go for the second dynamic punch against him with his shield. He does not shield, so we are down one shield, but we have our ice punch ready, and I don't want to swap out to my Alliance Ancestors, but what I did, I thought that maybe he doesn't have a Whiskash. So right now we'll see what happens. He will go for the Sky attack, and let's see, he isn't swapping, so I thought maybe that is a good switch on our end because he does not have a Whiskash. So he sacrifices his Noctowl and see what happens. He has a Shifty in the back. I thought that maybe he will go for the Shifty because we are going for the double water. So right now this is pretty nerve-wracking because I have a Swampert in the back, so I don't know what to throw out. So right now he will go for the Leaf Blade. And then what will happen? We need to win this match. We need to win this. We will need to win against the Shifty using our Alolan Sandslash, but right now I think he panicked because he launched a Leaf Blade early. And now we need to win against this Shifty. So right now, if this is a Leaf Blade, we won't faint. And there it is, Leaf Blade, and that Alolan Sandslash is kicked. So we will take game number 3. GG's Neopats. So that has been my Fusion Cup in the Tambayan Express. It was the best performance of my career because I went 6-1 with the big guns of the PH. So right now I would like to thank my opponents, Gene, SkyPatrick, Ace Solis, Battle Hero PvP, Baumau, Bryan, and Neopats. Thanks for the games, and I would like to take this moment to talk about me being unranked. So I opted out of the rankings because I don't like the pressure of ranked cups and weighted cups because it has been putting a lot of stress and pressure onto me, and I don't like that. I wasn't enjoying Pokemon Go PvP because of that. So right now, as you can see, I calmed down a bit and I was composed because there was no pressure at all because there is nothing to lose. And I think it is good for me because I just went 6-1. So if ever you want to opt out of rank because of stress and pressure, don't be shy because you can improve better and you will enjoy the game better. So that is my advice to people who wants to go unranked. So it is fine. You will still do good, believe me. So that has been Razor Ivy. I'm out. See you on the next video.